everyone, welcome to your Yourpedia. So let's solve one more very interesting exercise, the exercise number 33rd of Manhattan. And here I'm going to introduce you the exercise of sentence equivalence with the trick based, that is usage of while. You might have noticed that I have covered several sentences of this book which starts with a while or have a while in between. Now what does this while mean? That whenever a sentence starts with the while, it means it will always have two contradictory ideas. If before the comma the statement is positive, then after comma it would be negative one, and if it is before the comma a negative one, after would be a positive one. So that is a ever important rule which you need to remember. Now let's jump to the exercise. While is there? While. The muted colors are actually the dark or dull colors, like which are not brightened. So you can consider it as dull colors. Do suggest a certain sobriety. So they suggest some kind of soberness, seriousness, right? Or you can say authenticity. So these colors are quite serious ones. So obviously the one word adjective we have is sobriety. So the opposite would always be like opposite of it. Antonym of sobriety would be there. The overall effect is undeniably. Now they are asking the overall effect would be what? It would be opposite of this term. That means it would be kind of, you can say, interesting one. It would be kind of not serious one. It would be kind of lively one. So here it is serious. So here it would be not serious or something that is lively, something that is cheerful, something that is positive, right? So this you need to remember. So whenever I'm just repeating it out, a statement starting with the while, it will have two contradictory ideas. First, if it is sober, the opposite would be not sober. Serious, not serious. If it is like something authentic, not authentic, right? So this is the way the question gets solved. Now let's jump to the 6 options provided to us, and which 2 would be the synonyms. They would pair together for the answer, and rest would be solved with the easy elimination method. First is vivacious. Vivacious is someone who is very lively, cheerful, something you can say attractively animated one, and it is typically used for women. Okay, so cheerful, lively, as a kind of an impression that women are quite lively, attractive, cheerful, and they know how to please someone. So that is a term for vivacious. Next is your poignant. So it is a time of a term which is like it is reflecting a kind of sadness, or you can say a kind of a regret, you can call it as this, or some kind of a dull behavior, dull smell, bad smell, something like that. So that is poignant. Next, automatically dull is there. Dull means that is something that is not at all interesting, not at all exciting. So it is obviously a negative word. Dull and this is a negative word. It is a positive word. You need to denote it like that. Next is your lackluster. Where the lack comes, obviously it is a negative word. That means someone is uninspired, someone is dull, someone is not cheerful. So this is also a negative one. Mirthful is like someone who is full of mirth, someone who is very merry, someone who is amusing, cheerful, high spirited. So what it is full of mirth, that is full of merry, happiness, cheerful, something like that. You can call it cheerful, amusing, high spirited, like lots of vocabulary, and this is a positive word. Last is your balance. Balance means that is something that is very gentle, someone who is very gentle, kind nature, or someone who respects someone a lot, like someone you can call it as good natured person, can be called as balance. Now these are the 6 options which we have for the sentence. Now you need to choose, like we had to choose the option which is different from sober, which is not serious. So here you will feel that it is a negative word. No, we do not want a negative one. Dull, we cannot use dull, obviously cancel it out. Lackluster, negative. Next, there is nothing about behavior, about someone's nature, cancel it out. 2 left are vivacious and mirthful. So these are the best options which can be considered as an synonyms also, and which fit these options best. If you can consider it out, the other 2 options like dull and lackluster, they are kind of synonyms. right? So both means negativity. Now here let's have a, you can say, explanation which they have provided us. In this case, sobriety means something that is grave, serious, authentic, I told you, and you are looking for an antonym, something like happy, lively, cheerful, amusing. Vivacious means lively, mirthful means full of joy. These are the correct answers. Dull and lackluster are the opposite of what you are looking for. So obviously there is muted color suggests a certain seriousness. The overall fact would be not serious because vile is used. So options are vivacious and mirthful, right? Next you have is in this synonym of vivacious, something who is active, bubbly, energetic, right? Cheerful, alert. So that is vivacious. Next is mirthful, something that is filled with joy, amusing, high-spirited, festive, entertaining, enjoyable. So the mirthful boy is who could not stop smiling after opening his holiday gifts. So it means happy boys, right? Next is pungent, that is something that touches your emotions deeply. You can say moving, disturbing. It can be even like kind of, you can say sadness is there, regret is there. So that is termed as your poignant, right? Next you have is lackluster, something lacking in a behavior, shine, something that is very dull, or you can say blind, boring, uninspired. Except is Bannon. Bannon means, I told you, which is like having a very good, no harmful effect. Amiable, who is very gentle, very kind nature, very, you can say, someone who respects the other person, that is termed as Bannon, right? And the last is sobriety. Sobriety means a kind of state of being not using alcohol or illegal drugs. You call a person sober. Here it is also termed as a serious one, seriousness. So it is like abstaining, controlling yourself from all the negative behavior, soberness, temperness, moderation and refraining. Okay, so refrain, abstain means when you are able to control yourself from the negative things. And alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, all these are the negative things. So you abstain from these things, right? So that was all, and this was a wonderful exercise. I told you with a sentence which starts with while. This is a particular hack and you need to do it carefully, okay? So take care, keep learning, and I'll be coming up with lots and lots of good exercises. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.